In all of the different changes and kind of transitions you've gone through, I'm sure there are moments where you had either self-doubt or you were afraid. Is there anything that's kind of helped you each time to go over the hump and say, I can do this? Is like what gave you the confidence to kind of just throw yourself and learn something new each time? Learning, photography, learning interiors, learning what it's the business side of photography. What's given you the drive just to go forward and say, I can do this, even when you had those moments of self-doubt?
So, I went to Columbia for a time, and then I went to the Academy of Art for art school. And I will say, even having gone to Stuyvesant, that the hardest thing I've ever done in school was at art school, because they want you to, if you can, come up with something new, something that hasn't been seen before, every single assignment. And you have a bunch of other super creative people around you doing just that. So, and I'm competitive, right? Which is not surprising, I guess. So I didn't have a problem with learning the technical stuff, meaning, the chemical developers and all of that, f-stops, lighting, ratios, like all the math and science part of photography. I was not afraid of that because of my background, like at Stuyvesant or going to Columbia or going to Queens College, whatever. But I was really intimidated by the creative process. There was a class called visualization. And so you would have to do things like shoot the theme beauty, right? And that sounds really easy, but how do you do that in a way that's interesting, that isn't just cliche? Like, don't go shoot a flower, don't go shoot, how do you do that? And so I really struggled in that class. It was probably, I can't remember if it was my first or second semester, but it was definitely my first year. And also the ideas that I had for what to shoot, I wasn't good enough technically yet to pull it off. So there was a big learning curve. It was a struggle at first for me. And I was intimidated by the other people who already had taken some photography or just can think outside the box in this way that is just amazing. But it wasn't an option to not finish and to fail. Like, I had given up everything to go and do this. It never occurred to me that I would stop pushing myself. And I loved it. As hard as it was, I loved it the whole time. It was fun. It was fun to think of, how do I shoot beauty in a different way? It was fun to come up with all the pre-production for all these shoots every week for fashion photography. You know what I mean? It was great.